morning burps. I don't know why I burp so much in the morning. Bam, we're live. Oh yes. I get for some uh-oh.
Have you checked in your mic?
Uh-oh. My this thing's not even hooked up.
Yeah, I was gonna say you sound all of a sudden you started sounding real echoey.
My I don't even see the Roadcaster as a choice.
Oh.
Tomorrow I'll be back. Yeah, this microphone. I can't even turn this oh great.
What happened?
Here we go.
It was fine. It was
I
fine.
have no idea. Of course, as soon as we go live. Flashlight.
I wish I would have caught it. It didn't sound like that when we first chatted. I would have said something.
I can't. I have to reboot the whole thing. God damn it! I can't even turn the Roadcaster off.
Weird.
Unplug it. Okay, here we go.
Want me to just run the commercial in perpetuity?
Did you hear something weird? There, I
No.
just rebooted the Roadcaster. Do you hear any weird popping sounds?
I did. There's something happened.
Yeah, here we go. How's that better?
There you go.
Oh, yes. Better, right?
Yeah, there you go. Much better.
Hi, everybody. Bam, we're live. No Bam, I guess good. No Bam today, I guess good. Hey, crazy that I'm on the road in this jacked setup, and the numbers are just no guests really, unless you count Hunter and Hiller, and we're killing it.
Yeah, people are liking the call-in shows.
Numbers are off the chart. I don't know if the phone's working, but we'll find out soon enough. Hey, I'm tripping on this thing. I saw Don Lemon and all these people, Stephen King and all these people tripping because of vet books that go into the schools,
Okay.
Schools, if your kid goes to a junior high, they don't want books in there like that teach the girls how to suck cock or boys how to suck cock, right?
Makes sense, yeah.
Or oral copulation, that stuff. They're trying to I said cock because I know on YouTube will ban it if I said the other word, right? You think caulk? Like I'm saying, like CALK. Is that not like the stuff you use, like in your bathroom?
Yeah,
well, I guess you use both of them in the bathroom. The stuff you used to in the corner of like the wall for grout. I don't do any man stuff. I don't know what you use caulk for, but you use it. My flashlight's going. Okay, but how are they worried about junior highs vetting books on that kind of stuff? But those same people aren't worried about the vetting that's been going on the internet. Every seventh grader can look up anything on their iPhone. And now you're worried. It's AULK. Okay. Trish uses caulk to seal my cracks. My floor in my gym at home in my garage is all black. So it was so fun because I got to go to Home Depot and I got to be like, hey, do you have any black caulk? I need a lot of black caulk. It's so funny because my kids would say that not even knowing what they were saying. So Jessica T. Sevon, we love your guests, but you don't need them. We're here for you. Tomorrow's guest is so cool. I'm so excited to have Sarah back. I love Sarah.
Yeah.
How thank you, Jessica. How I don't understand that thinking. So they think it's worth saying on national news, Don Lemon, that's the gay black guy, thinks it's okay. I labeled him. He's been on the show forever. Yeah. He thinks it's wrong for elementary schools and junior highs to vet books. Let's say even they're vetted wrong, right?
Okay.
I don't know what that looks like, but let's say they don't allow a book in there that shows that I don't know. Let's say they vet a book in Florida that disproves global warming or climate change, and the CNN crowd's like that. They're trying to sway the science or something, dude. You realize everyone has a phone now. There is the only real censorship happens on the internet, and you haven't said shit about it in the last 2 years. You do realize in California, Gavin Newsom just signed a law that makes it illegal for doctors. I don't know if illegal is the right word, but doctors can lose their license if they express their own opinion about the flu and COVID and shit like that. mostly COVID. But if it's COVID mixed with the flu, they're not allowed to. They have to read from what the state policy is.
That's scary.
Yeah, that's crazy scary. You can't get a second opinion from a doctor. Why do you care about censorship in our schools? Like, I want to know. I want to know why you care about that when everyone has a cell phone that they can look up anything.
Yeah, that's weird.
And you kicked me off of Instagram. How does Trump get to come back to Instagram and Facebook, but I don't?
How are they not vetting books before?
Great question.
I don't understand that part. They're like, now we're gonna vet the books.
Do these people not know how to think? Hey, the same thing I've been thinking about the gun control stuff. Dude, you have to realize it doesn't matter. Let's say 10,000 kids died tomorrow because of guns.
Okay.
That does not matter until you explain to me what the consequences are of getting rid of guns. If the consequences of getting rid of guns means that 1 million kids take a forced injection from Pfizer, then I have to go with the 10,000 that got killed by guns. You're not telling me what the consequences are. You didn't tell me what the consequences were for the lockdown. You didn't tell me what the consequences were if I didn't get the injection. You didn't tell me what the consequences were if we forced all 8 billion people on the planet to get the injection. You just kept saying that, we can stop COVID. You didn't tell me what the balance. You didn't tell me that the consequences for wearing masks was going to lead to the largest wave of speech impediments the planet's ever seen.
Well, we don't even know the full effect, really. That's going to take like 10 years or more.
We have to have freedom of speech, by the way. A wise man once told me the only debate you bring a gun to is the freedom of speech debate. And if you lose the debate, start using that gun. You cannot lose your freedom of speech. You cannot.
I think you just called it gun control. That already right off the top is like, doesn't make sense, right? Control what? Control the sale of guns, it's like they just put that out there as gun control. But like you said, there's nothing to show what exactly that'll help with.
How about that guy that hit Mr. Pelosi with the hammer?
That's crazy.
I guess he called into a TV station and apologized. Did you see that?
He called a TV station and apologized?
Yeah, I guess from jail yesterday, he called into a TV station and apologized for not being more prepared, basically for not killing him.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. But I mean, that part's messed up, but everything else he got right. He basically said, "Hey, I'm sorry to everyone out there. I was trying to stop tyranny. I should have been more prepared," and basically worked them.
Jeez.
What's weird is, why is Paul Pelosi holding a drink when the cops open the door?
The whole thing's bizarre. And then they're both holding on to the hammer. And does it in the video? I was trying to see if we could find one. He opens the door for the cops and then steps back inside.
Yeah.
Pelosi.
Well, I think it's because he had one hand on the hammer. If I'm.
It doesn't matter if you got that door open. I'm letting go of the hammer and I'm stepping between that guy and the cops and letting the cops deal with them.
Right.
I mean, if you have the ability to open the door and the exit is right there and you're being held against your will by some dude with a hammer, you let go of it and you run. You take the chance of maybe getting hit on the way out, but
the whole Corey says what did Corey say? Something or no? No, fitness too. How the cops let him hit him with the hammer. Oh, but it happens fast.
It does happen quick, and the cops just can't enter the house. There has to be some sort of protocol there. And then as soon as he swung the hammer, they run in and.
I'm telling you, Pelosi didn't want to pay for a blowjob, and that guy went and got a hammer. I don't know. I'm starting to think because that guy called in that guy really was a.
Yeah, I'm not buying.
He was like some sort of. He was like some sort of Antifa freedom fighter or something. Basically, I don't know what you call them, but he basically wanted to stop. I mean, everyone knows how corrupt that guy and his wife are, and I think that guy just had one too many hits of acid and went over there to kill him. But the fact that he's holding a drink is just weird. I need that explained to me.
Yeah. Do you want to play the video at all, or?
No, I don't know. Do you guys want to see it?
Maybe they've already seen it. I could just fast forward it too if we.
But I'll tell you what, if He should have had a gun in his hand, not a drink.
Here I have it right here.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So this is like right when the cops open the door.
So it looks like those are pajamas he's wearing and underwear. That's legit. That's a legit 2 a.m. outfit. I prefer not to sleep.
Wait, but what's his face? Pelosi has the hammer at this point, and now this guy's trying to get it away.
Well, they both have it. They both have it, right? But why doesn't he put the drink down and use both hands?
Okay, so right there, why don't you just step out?
Oh.
Let go of it and run. Again,
I don't know,
look at the body language. He's in front of the guy. His shoulder's turned out. Well, he's got his drink in his hand. And he's holding on to the hammer still. And now the attacker, look.
Yeah. Are they smiling? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That is some weird shit, huh?
The whole thing is so weird. You're doing a great job of playing it though.
Oh, thanks. They're trying to like stop it on a couple.
So let's just make up what happened before then. This guy broke into the house.
Okay.
He has a hammer. Paul's talking to him. The guy's like, "Hey, dude, you're a piece of shit. We know about your insider trading. We know you've made $100 million with your wife. We know that you're support pedophilia. You and your wife support pedophilia, and you're fascist, and you're against freedom of rights, and you don't understand liberty." And he's just going off on him, right?
Yeah.
And then at some point, Paul figures out that he has to call the cops and is able to call the cops.
Well, did you hear the stuff from the phone call? It's like the cop call is really weird too.
It is weird.
It's like if I'm sitting here and you're like, "Are you okay, Matt?" And I'm like, "Yes, fine." And then I start like blinking a bunch of times or something. And you're like, "Okay, well, we're gonna start the show. This seems weird." But
he's also really old. Paul.
What's really old? How old?
He's really old. He's 82, and he's probably he looks like he has a drinking problem.
Well, he couldn't even put the drink down to be attacked by a hammer. So.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, we'll stay on top of this.
As it unfolds.
Yeah, that guy did call into a TV station though and say he's sorry he didn't finish the job, and yeah, it's weird. Hey, how about this 374? This is fantastic. I pointed out to you guys yesterday that something doesn't make sense when you look at the numbers. Basically, if there's 3 million people died in 2019 and 3 million people died in 2020 and 3 million people died in 2021, I think it's a little less than that every year. And 80% of them died from chronic disease. Where's the COVID numbers? But scroll to the top of the article. This is the crazy part. This is coming from the UK, the Daily Mail. Keep going up to the top. The headline of the story.
That is.
Oh, that is it.
Yeah, massive spike in debt.
Maybe go down a little bit. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Sorry. Massive. It just looks different on your there than on my phone. Massive spike in excess death sparks call for the urgent investigation. NHS crisis is blamed for nearly 3,000 more Brits than usual dying each week. So 3,000 more people in the United Kingdom are dying every week this year than they were last year. And what they're blaming this on, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Is the collapse of their healthcare system. So basically, they're blaming it on the fact that people can't get in to get medical procedures to save their lives. Mm-hmm. Hey, dude, this is all stuff that Greg warned about 20 years ago. If we went to socialized medicine and if the Obamacare came into place, he was basically saying stuff like, hey, now there's never been a better time to take your health into your own hands. Trish, wait, what are the numbers? Wait, excuse me, what are the numbers? Who cares? Who's care?
Who's care? Involving COVID.
Hey, yeah, that might not even, those numbers might not even be true, Trish. It's what's crazy is that there's even just the article about it.
It's such a mess.
The thing is that's the inevitability of socialized medicine. Yeah, of course. And once again, free medicine sounds so great, but you don't think about the consequences. Dude, I heard Louis C.K. on fucking a clip on Louis C.K. on Instagram where he's talking about just leave the borders open. It's not cool that people in the United States have it so well, and that we want to like lock ourselves off from the rest of the world that doesn't have it so well. It's like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Don't you have kids that you want to live better than you?
Dude, it's not even that they don't have kids. Like a comment like that, you have no idea what you're talking about. It's just such
small picture thinking, right?
Yeah. Come on, let them all through. What's that gonna do? It's like, what the fuck?
It's that mentality where if someone has it good, what you should do is bring them down.
Mm.
No. That then everyone's bad. Yeah, if you live in the UK or Canada, or you're poor, or you live in Australia, or if you live anywhere outside the United States, period, and / you're poor, you have more reason than ever now to stop eating sugar. Do not go out and buy a Snicker bar. Do not. Your health is totally within your control. You are so empowered.
Well, what if I need 20 grams of protein?
I can give you 1 gram of protein at a time.
I can't eat eggs. Those cause blood clots.
Okay. And now 373, a word from our president, please. A word from our president.
Well, I haven't seen this clip, but I know it's going to be insightful.
Hey, just so you know, as we start to play this clip, this took me a second to get. Like, I didn't understand what was going on. You may even have to play this twice.
Okay.
I had no idea what was going on the first time I saw this.
Okay. All right. Ready? Here we go.
Yeah. Here we go.
Would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, it's focused. I haven't, look, I have trouble even saying to myself, my own head, the number of years. I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly. I mean, it's just not, I haven't observed anything in terms of, there's not things I don't do now that I did before, whether it's physical or mental.
How would you say your mental focus is?
Why is lip syncing so cool?
It's crazy to me that was like actually something that he said then.
Lip syncing is amazing.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what country you live in, but yes, listen, if you live anywhere on planet Earth, that's your ruler. Sevan, did you see the pay scale for Dana's new Slap League? 2K to play, 2K to win. Yeah, we played some videos yesterday from it. I don't know if I like it.
I don't.
Why don't you like it?
Because it just seems so like, I just don't like watching people get like hit in the face or something like that. And at least with an MMA fight, there's so much skill involved. And like, if you get hit, it's like, well, you dropped your hands here, you did this wrong, you did that. With that, you're just standing there expecting to be hit. Like, that's the point. It just seems cruel.
No, don't buy Snickers, but alcohol is okay. Alcohol is not okay either. Listen, if you are concerned, you need to know, David, that your health is under your control. But if you are going to drink alcohol, have a Tito's and soda. Okay.
Tequila straight.
It's pure CTE. Yeah, that's the thing, right, Chris? Guaradino. Yeah, I guess that's the part that Souza doesn't like. To play, you have to give up some brain cells. It seems a little excessive. The barrier to entry seems a little high.
Yeah.
A little high.
It doesn't really seem, there's no athleticism, there's no skill. It's just like you just take a shot and see who's gonna stand.
Hey, what happened what's this thing that happened? Someone in the comments wrote this. There was a brutal Tyrese Nichols video. I tried to watch that video last night on Instagram. I couldn't figure out what was going on.
Yeah, you'd probably better off watching those type videos on Twitter too. But I don't know. I'm not totally caught up on the full story. I think it was something like he ran a stop sign, and then
who did? Is this? I just saw that there's protesters. Is this another? Is this going to be another George Floyd?
I don't think it's going to have the same effect due to.
Oh shit! Memphis cops beat someone to death. Oh no.
Yeah, and I mean it's bad, but I don't think it's going to have the same effect because all 4 or 5 of the cops were black.
Okay, that's 370. That's these cops I saw in this. And look at 370. Oh shit. So these cops are all black. Is the dude they beat black or white? Please be white. Please be white. Please be
No,
white.
it's a black dude.
Well, that we're 50% of the way there. This is fucking amazing. I'm so sorry.
It's one of those videos too that's hard to watch because they just like one cop comes up and just boots him in the head twice.
Really?
Yeah, like walks up, stands there, just stands back and just boots him in the head. A little bit more time goes by and he just kicks him again.
Van Jones says the black cops were racist. First of all, let me be extremely clear. I grew up in the Bay Area. Bay Area, San Francisco, Berkeley, Oakland, Concord, Pleasant Hill, San Jose. The most racist people, if you want to use that word racist, ever that I ever met were always my black friends. No white person in the Bay Area is racist. If you're terrified of being racist. And all the black dudes for sure were racist. I don't remember any of the black girls being racist. But just the black dudes were just always racist. It was cool too. It was fine. It was just like they just ripped on you for being white. And you've heard my stories of like, you're at McDonald's at midnight and 4 black dudes walk in. They're like, hey, wait outside while we order. Yeah, no problem. Just the way the Bay Area was. That's why the whole racism accusation works so well on liberals, that we're terrified of being called racist. So then this whole thing has played out over the last couple of years where all the white people are racist. And being a Bay Area kid, I'm just so fucking confused. I'm like, wait a second, the white people aren't racist. Plus, the abolitionists won. The good guys won. Like maybe we should pay all the white people reparations in this country too for all the relatives that they lost that fought to free the black people. If we're going to start splitting people up by color, if your family fought in the fucking Civil War on the abolitionist side, then you get then black people, when they get their reparations, they also have to pay you now their reparations because your family set their family free. I mean, when does the idiocy stop? But anyway, this is crazy. Yeah. I thought black people couldn't be racist because they didn't have the power. They only had Obama, Oprah, and LeBron.
Dude, pass it through the CNN filter and anything
is possible.
Can be racist. I mean, look at this. I mean, you have an issue.
This is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I wish the guy would have been white. I really do. I mean, if someone had to die, I just wish we could have just flipped the script. Wow, these look like nice guys.
They
don't judge it. Don't judge a book by its cover.
As I said, they actually do look like nice guys. What's crazy?
Oh my god!
It looks
is
like
fucking incredible.
It looks like the same lineup that beat that woman cop in Nashville.
Right. Just the bystander dudes.
But
just civilians.
They beat her differently. Beat her with the black cock.
Hey, you're an idiot if you're a boot-licking cop lover. They are pawns of a corrupt power structure. Not true. Not true.
No,
listen.
I know a bunch of cops.
Listen. Don't start hating. Don't use this don't pivot your hate towards white cops to all cops. Okay, so five melanated cops beat a melanated dude, and now a bunch of white people in Nashville are shutting down freeways. You fucking idiots. Hey, just shut up and go back to work. Let that poor family, what's the guy's name? Mr. Nichols. Yes. Let Mr. Nichols just chill. Mrs. and Mr. Nichols mourn. Let them sue the city and get money. Let those cops get in trouble and just chill. Shut the fuck up.
You know what's crazy?
Hey, 99% of cops are great, and even if it's only 80%, I'll take it. It's still better than the general population. Oh, but Sevan, they choose that job. I don't care. There's the Taoist saying that says trust people and they become trustworthy. We have to work with the best that we have. Rioting and hating on cops, we've already did that for 2 years, and it makes everything worse. It makes everything worse. We all in the left wants you to riot and hate on cops if you believe in like conspiracy theories, because you know who suffers? Black people, melanated people. That's the only people who've suffered in the last 2 or 3 years because of the hatred on cops. It has not affected me at all in my little white haven in Santa Cruz, California. Zero. Because there's no crime in my fucking neighborhood. Zero. Like zero. Zero. Zero crime in my neighborhood. Zero. But my neighbors are also donkeys and peacocks and fig trees.
Yeah, little bit different when your neighbor's a garden.
Dude, stay away from cops. They're great people doing fucking horrible shit. Stay away from them.
It's always sad whenever I see the like press conferences, because all I see is like the parents who are really like hurt and just in this like numb state, regardless of their relationship with their kid or regardless of how the kid behaved or the criminal
They're an
record.
emotional bomb, right? They're just an emotion, and the waves are coming off and affecting everyone else.
Yeah.
And making other people have idiot decisions.
When I look out, all I see is just human beings, not, human beings with different motives. You see the parents there that are, their whole life is in chaos and they're going through all this hurt and they're kind of being like ushered down this filter of like, here come all the professionals with this. Here comes the lawyers. Here comes the activists. Here comes all the people that benefit off of your son's death, because now they're going to turn this into their media outlet to get their message across and everything else. And so when you see the press conference, I just see like hurt parents and vultures, it's like the
tons of vultures. Well, also it's like the Liver King thing. A lot of people just want to act out emotionally, right? They have their own demons and they just want to act out.
Yeah.
Just let the parents Trish, so are the teachers. You pick on them quite a bit. Here's the thing. I don't think I do pick on teachers quite a bit, but let's say I do. I only pick on the teachers who have blue hair, 200 pounds overweight, and telling kids it's okay if you're a boy that you want to turn into a girl. And the reason why I pick on them is because in my state of California and in this country, the United States, it's a law. Give me some wiggle room here, please. It's a law that you have to send your kids to school. You have to get them injected with a huge list of drugs, and then you have to put them into the school system, and that's the law. Of course, yes, there are some exceptions like my kids who are homeschooled, but the general law is you have to force your kids down this funnel. Kids, Kids, kids. And so, the teachers are going to be underneath a little bit more scrutiny. CrossFit Corey, I'm 100% against religion, but Taoism sounds pretty legit. Hell, I'm already in a fitness cult. The thing is religion's important too. We have to have this Christian manifesto, this Bible book is. We need a lot of people following we need more people following those guidelines.
Well, a lot of people conflate like religion with church too. So they might not like the going to the organization of the church or the corruption that happens within some churches or something, but that's completely separate than like you focusing on a religion.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I do. Yes. Hey, I'm okay. I need some cops to abuse their power. That's the thing. I need some cops to flirt with the line. That's what's so hard about that job. There are circumstances where we need them to abuse their power. I don't want 116-year-old boys hanging out on a street corner. I want the cops to be like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah. And you also don't want to...
What are you guys doing over here?
Say to defund the police or make the job as terrible as it is now. I mean, there's a lot of cops that I know that go to the gym or whatever that are just like, I wouldn't have become a cop now. Like, it's too hard to do my job. There's too much scrutiny. Like, the light that we're put under, like, it just is more stressful than it was before. So whenever we make a job that protects our society that hard and put them under that much scrutiny all the time through the media and stuff, like, you're going to get the worst of the worst, and you're only going to get the worst of the worst highlighted. Like, there's probably was a bunch of stories in the U.S. that same day that tragedy happened to that poor person that got beat, where it was like, cop saves another baby out of, a car.
For sure.
Cop stops a robbery.
Yes.
Cop saves a wife from being abused, but you're never going to hear any of that shit. You're never going to hear about the cop that dedicated.
They arrested 3,000 people drunk driving who would have killed 10 innocent people yesterday also.
Yeah, and out of those 10, 2 would have been under the age of 10. Right? Like you're not going to hear that. You're not going to hear, hey, the cop that dedicated 25 years of service to his community, that started that charity, that visited those kids, that helped out that school. Like, you're just never going to hear that in the media. You're always going to hear the worst of the worst. And then perception becomes reality.
I'm perfectly okay. You have to know this, Mr. Smith. You have to know this, Mr. Smith. I am perfectly okay and beyond okay. I'm ecstatic for Brooke Wells doing the Snicker thing. I hope she makes a lot of money. I hope it invigorates her and inspires her to perform better. I hope it adds value to her life. I'm like so I'm happy for her. I truly am. It's cool. But I have questions. I have questions. You want to know what questions I have?
Yes.
Uh
Who's her manager?
I think it's Matt O'Keefe, but I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Where is? Okay, pull up 369. She made a post on Instagram that said I'm out. So this is the problem with all the people.
Oh shit.
This is I know this is crazy. This is a problem with all the people I set out. Now, I don't know Brooke. I've only met Brooke Wells when I've done the behind the scenes. I really like her. I really enjoyed my interactions with her. She's always been cool as shit to me. Okay. And she's young. Okay. And she's young. But she wrote this. And it says, this is on her Instagram account. It says, I'm out. And it says, and it goes on to say, I cannot be silent about what is going on in the CrossFit world. And then she goes on and never says what she's upset about. She's worse than silent in this post. This is just woke-a-razzi shit. She claims that Greg did something bad, but never states what it is. Like none of those people did.
Mm-hmm.
Like none of those people did. I bet you if you stop Brooke Wells on the street and be like, hey, what exactly did Greg do that upset you? They don't even know. And yet she says, and I'm speculating, I don't know for sure. I cannot be silent about what is going on in the CrossFit world. It goes so strongly against my values, beliefs, and morals. What does? What goes against your values, beliefs, and morals? Can you even define what values, beliefs, and morals are? Us athletes are not sitting idle. Us athletes? I hope you're not sitting idle. If you did, that ass would get huge and all weird looking. We are working hard together to take the correct action to make change. I will never, ever represent a company under this leadership. It is appalling, disgusting. I want no part. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the part that he introduced a fitness and lifestyle methodology that saved fucking probably millions of lives? That's added maybe billions of years to people's lives? What that's what upsets you? Because I think that is what's upset you. And you know why I think that? Because now you sell Snicker bars to little kids. And you know that's the leading cause of death on planet Earth. The eating of Snicker bars or such like items. You do know chronic disease is the leading cause of death on the planet, right? It shortens people's lives by the largest number of hours, days, whatever metric you want. It stunts people's growth. It causes erectile dysfunction. It causes bad thinking. It makes people fight. You know that, right? And now you're selling that. I want to be very clear with you about what the issue is because you're not clear in your post at all about what Greg could have possibly have done to upset you. Maybe it's Greg's fault and CrossFit's fault that you sell Snickers because it was the creation of that methodology that's led to people like you who are be able to sell Snicker bars. I knew it. This whole thing is Greg's fault and CrossFit's fault, right? Because he gave you a fucking platform to sell sugar to little kids. You fucking have no morals, no values, or no beliefs. I mean, compared to me. Because for me, kids are the highest. They are, as a baby comes out of a woman's vagina, it is the opening of the portal that connects the heavens to earth. Let me be very clear and say that again. When a woman gives birth to a baby, it is the biggest miracle that happens on planet Earth. And yet, you are selling poison to babies. Miss Wells. And that part trips me out. That you have morals, values, and beliefs, and yet you sell poison to babies. You push a product that kills people, that adds no value to people's life except some sort of sensory stimulation. I guess that's what your Instagram account does too. Oh shit, I just had a flashback. I had a dream with Danny Spiegel on it last night. We were talking.
Oh.
Yeah, it was friendly. It was intense. but it was friendly. I was walking down a street on a sidewalk, and she was walking. We were like in a neighborhood walking together. She was nice. She looked a little different than I imagined her to look in person. Oh, I want to read the last paragraph of what Brooke Wells said against Greg and CrossFit. See, that's the problem. This was one of the hardest decisions I've made. I wonder if selling Snicker bars was also one of the hardest decisions you ever made.
I wonder if there was a thought put towards that.
She says it's so much bigger than the CrossFit Games. We still don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about Floyd 19? You're talking about a tweet? What are you talking about, you fucking lunatic? We are fighting for our community and the affiliates that care so deeply.
Not the affiliates.
For. I love the affiliates so much. The only thing that could change for me is if Greg and those who stood by and allowed this to allowed what to happen. You can't say it, because you know what? If you did say it and we started breaking it down, it would show that all of you who got upset, it was because it exposed probably your racism in your heart and the fact that you actually judge people by the color of their skin. That would be my guess. I can only speculate. But now you have no problem. I'm dying to know why you think it's okay to sell Snicker bars, but you have a problem with something that abstractly that Greg did. It's fucking absolutely bizarre to me. And yet I am sincerely so happy that you got the deal. It's cool. Oh, she gets destroyed in the comments. And there's people in there.
I really want to know what happened. Yeah, don't we all?
She gets destroyed in the comments. But there are also people in there who I truly love and think are great people who also agree with her. And I don't want to bury them. I have to tell you I'm biased. There's some people who are on the I'm Out committee, and I like them. And I like Brooke Wells too. I don't dislike her. I just, please, everyone use this as a chance to think twice before you jump the gun on people.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Use it as like a one of those things that has happened and you could correct in the future by just saying, hey, next time something like this happens, before I make a snap decision, especially publicly, I'm just gonna give it some time and let the dust settle and really decide how I feel on it. But you know what happened, right? Like that whole thing happened. One or two of the athletes was probably, deeply offended by it, got all upset, and the rest of them are making phone calls. Hey, we're doing this. Yeah, we got to move. We got to support this. Hey, we got to do this. And I think that there was a ton of opportunists that were like, hey, let's get Greg out of here. Like I've had an issue with him for whatever reason, nothing to do with any of these things that are being claimed online, just personal shit. Right.
Yes.
And then now all of a sudden they're like, hey, this is our opportunity. And I mean, there was a bunch of people that jumped on it. Hey, I've been waiting for this. Now I sell my own programming. Now I sell, you could come and get on the CrossFit methodology, but underneath my brand, not CrossFit's brand. And so there was a bunch of that bullshit.
And of course they were pissed because Greg just took the games in 2018, 19, and 20 and kind of just threw them up in the air and you know what I mean? He fucked with them. And so of course those people were going to be pissed. But the games were his. He owned them. You were coming to his house to play.
Right.
If she has an issue, say it here. Arden, I want to say something. Most of the people who have an issue don't have the intellectual capacity to even express it. And they don't even know what their issue is because it was given to them. Their issue was given to them.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with like the people who are watching Don Lemon. Their issues are being given to them. They don't actually have any of their own. They don't know how to think. I mean, you can just see by the words that she uses, like the athletes and us, and we can't
super vague, super ambiguous.
And there's no there with any of that. They think that CrossFit's something bigger than it really is. There's a self-importance to it that's just like.
What if it would have been crazy if Greg came on and was like, you know what, guys, you're right. I'm just going to go ahead and shut it down.
That would have been awesome.
You guys could take all the athletes. You could take all the affiliates.
Start the whole thing up somewhere else. Let Nike pay for it.
We're just we're down. You're right. We're going to go ahead and stop. And what would have happened? This reminds me, I'm not going to give a ton of context on the situation, but I was inside this big barn one time and there was a bunch of weed trimmers. And this was up in Ukiah, right? So they bring in like all these people, majority of them.
When he says weed, he means marijuana. This is a typical scene in California.
And so you're inside this big farm, and all these like Mexican dudes are trimming bud, right? And the guy comes over, and the guy was a total lunatic who was in charge of this operation. But he looks at it and he's like, "You need to trim that tighter." And the guy's like, "Well, it's still, it's gonna blah blah," and like says some stuff, and he's like, "Okay." And he walks over and he grabs the whole bag that was just trimmed, and he dumps it on the ground, and he starts like stomping it, and he goes, "This is my fucking weed. You don't say, you don't go against what I say. If I want to destroy it and do this or Mexican hat dance on it, I'm going to." And he starts stomping it.
Wow. That guy needed some medication.
Yeah, he needed.
Was it the owner? Was he the owner of the weed?
Yeah. It was all
Farmer
his.
John. Okay.
It was crazy, but that just reminded me of that because that's what Greg could do. All right, fine. You guys want it? I'm just gonna fucking stomp this out then.
Yes.
It doesn't even matter. And just held on to the intellectual property, let the dust settle, then popped it back up as something else later.
Don't make a post telling me you have morals or values or any shit like that. Like, shut the fuck up. You sell fucking candy bars. Like you are at the bottom of the pyramid of what's needed. It's like athletes saying that they're role models for little girls. You are not a fucking role model for fucking anyone.
Yeah. Do you think that there was a discussion about that?
Stop it. What?
You think that there was a discussion about that? Like at all? Like, do you think it was like, hey, we got presented this offer? Like, okay, so we can
yeah. They knew right away. They even said
do you think that there
Taylor and Sevon are gonna fucking have a field day with this. Yes, they knew.
But outside of being shamed about it, do you think that they had the moral discussion? And here's where, and I want to loop this into something.
No.
Because we've had offers with sponsors that have been like, hey, we'll give you XYZ and you peddle our code. And you've been like, okay, well, what do our people get? And they're like, well, nothing, but you get this or you get that. And you're like, well, is there something we could give our audience? Because I'm not going to send them to your site. They're not going to use our code unless there's a value exchange there. Give them 10% off free shipping. And like, no, we're not going to do that. And we've gone, okay, well, we just won't go with you guys. Thank you. We appreciate it. But if we can't add value to the audience, we'll move on. And so I wonder if there's ever a conversation at that level, like, hey, Brooke, not that you're going to be crushed by this or that, but like, hey, that we're going to be selling this. You are going to get some pushback, but ultimately at the end of the day, you will be, selling Snickers bars to people that are maybe they rationalized it like this. Maybe they're like, hey, you're going to sell poison, but also you're going to draw attention to little girls out there who see you as a role model. Just spun it.
Yeah, they spun it. I mean, you and I know that now people are going to eat that Snicker bar that have no right to eat that Snicker bar, meaning that they don't exercise enough. First of all, you can't exercise away bad calories anyway, but
everybody who was on the fence and maybe were like, I'm not going to do it because it's a candy bar, whatever. All those people now will. And the people that were already on the candy bar chain just switched their purchase from a regular Snickers to the protein Snickers and are now going to eat 2 or 3 throughout the day, justifying it the fact that they're getting in their protein. When really there's, probably double your daily sugar limit in there and a whole mess of other, ingredients that are not going to be indicative.
I don't even know if there's actual food in that thing, James, Mr. Ford. That thing just may be made out of plastic bags and chemicals like that. That's my real issue with it. It's just Will Smith. I agree. Just curious, where do we draw the line with making money, doing things that encourage things we know are detrimental to society life? So here's the thing. If Brooke, let's say she would have been like, hey, what if she would have been like, hey, I'm sponsored by Snickers, but I wouldn't eat this, just so you know. And then it showed her just bathing in a bathtub full of Snicker bars.
Like Dave with Monster that year.
Man, that's a pretty high bar to set. That's pretty fucking crazy. Or like if they said they took one of those Snicker bars and they had her and they showed like some guy would melt the Snicker bar and then just painted her with the chocolate all over her body, but she's naked, and somehow they did it tastefully. And then at the end of the commercial, it's just Brooke Wells naked, but you can't really see anything because she's covered in chocolate. And then she's like, I don't eat these, but I sure look good in them. Like something like that. Like, hey, dude,
that's fucking genius.
That
would be a crazy ad.
She's a winner on every level. Then I go out and buy some. But if they what they bought from her, what they buy is they buy your mouth.
Right.
So you can't. LeBron's not going to sell Sprite and then tell the truth, like, "Hey, little black boys, don't drink this shit. This is the quickest way to kill a black man, faster than a gun." Like he can't say that, even though it's the truth. This can of Sprite takes more days off of black people than guns will ever take off. And so that I don't know this for a fact, but I'm guessing that she can't disparage the bar. And so they bought her. I mean,
Yeah.
so yeah. If Snickers said, "Hey, Sevan, can we advertise Snicker bars on your podcast for $1 million?" I would hope I would be like, sure, but there's no fucking way I'm going to tell people I eat them. And if people ask me, I'm going to say, no fucking way do I eat these. And I can't remember the last time I've ever had a Snicker bar. I don't eat candy bars. Oh, I was somewhere where they made s'mores like a couple weeks ago, and I had some Hershey's chocolate.
The only time that candy bars ever find their way is those little fun-size ones, like after Halloween, when they're just abundance of them floating everywhere.
I try to throw all those away, but yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Yes, you're right, Dick. I gave Cliff Builder bars is, well, you're saying it's better than Snicker protein bar. I don't know if it's better. It's the same. It's just garbage. I don't eat them. I feed them to my kids. Okay. Jonathan Adams, for $1 million, Sevan would eat them live on air. Yeah, but maybe.
Matt would. I'd be like, you guys should do this.
Hey, it's the same thing. Maybe, and I'm totally open to that too. No one's offering. Easy for me to talk shit to Brooke Wells. No one's offering me a Snicker bar commercial. It's easy for me to talk shit about Tiger Woods. There aren't 200 of the hottest women in the world trying to fucking bone me in the back of my fucking Ferrari. I get it. I hear you. I for sure 100% guilty on that. So what's the call-in number, Mr. Watkins?
You want to put the banner up?
Sure.
You roll with the banner click there, like that's like you opening the call lines, you know?
The call lines are now open. Call in, please. 928-583-3903. 928-583-3903.
I like that.
928-583-3903. Hello, Tyler. How are you? Thank you.
Oh,
I don't even know if the phone works. I had to turn some shit off. By the way, I have to go in 12 minutes. Does that suck or what?
Oh, damn. Okay.
Normally the show starts in 12 minutes.
I was gonna bring up this real quick so we could just look at it, but
okay, yeah, here we go.
$37 billion in revenue.
Yeah, I saw 54 billion somewhere yesterday.
Well, that's probably true because that's 2020.
Hey, 130,000 employees. That's a really that's cool. They employ a lot of people. That's a lot of jobs. That is a lot of jobs.
Yeah. 112 years it's been around.
Tyler hi.
How you doing, guys?
What's up, brother?
Thanks.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm in Texas with John Young and Danielle Brandon.
Oh, cool.
We're getting ready to compete. I think Danielle's coaching somebody because I just seen her walking around.
I did hear she was in. Austin. Oh, you're at some event that you're competing in.
Yeah, the fittest experience down here. It's going well. We got some problems with the flooring. It's sinking in and stuff, but it's fine.
Yeah, constantly varied.
Yeah. Luke Parker's here. He's doing okay. Talked to him last night. He feels
that's
good.
the guy who's been on the show. That's the Mayhem guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
There's several Mayhem people here competing. John Young's doing well. I think it's his first legit comp. So
wow.
But anyway, I had thoughts about your Snickers idea. I'm cooking, getting ready to eat and go to this competition. So I was listening. My family is from the Appalachian Mountains, right? And meth, heroin, is killing everybody.
Okay.
But me, as a good libertarian, I don't want to take the meth out of their mouth. They just shouldn't be in a position where they need or want it and smart enough to know how.
Okay.
So my thing is, I wanted to hop on your thing about Brooke. She's not the one putting the candy bar in their mouth. And my thing is, it's kind of like the Michael Jordan of Republicans buy shoes too. Like, if they're going to hand me the money, my base should be smart enough to know not to eat the Snicker bar.
I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't agree with you more. But when you make a post, I couldn't agree with you more. And also, when you post things on social media, like what she did about I'm out, and you don't explain why you're out, and you use that playbook from the Wokerazzi where you just fucking say dumb shit and hope people fucking agree with you, even though you haven't given any there, and then you say you're doing that based on your high morals and values and beliefs, then you're also open for me to contextualize. Like, I don't know what her morals, values, and beliefs are. And so I'm going back to that post and I'm going, well, clearly they're here. They're to sell Snicker bars to poison to children. I think that's also very fair to just point that out and contextualize it. I just want to understand Brooke Wells, where she's coming from. You see, Tyler? I'm trying to understand her. I'm a huge fan of the sport.
I just wanted to hold you true. Like,
Thank you. I agree. Anyone who eats a Snicker bar at the end of the day, it's your fault. It's not Brooke Wells' fault at all. End of story. You dumb fat tub of shit.
Well, I think Matt, I think Matt did that where he was like, you know, I need this amount of. He contextualized why he was eating Snicker bars, why he was eating or doing like condensed Gatorade after training. He was like, I use this much sugar. I need this.
Yeah, he did.
And
yeah, we know Hiller takes C4 because he doesn't like to breathe when he talks. I get it. Thank you. I was pretty proud of that. I get it. And I don't hate on Hiller for that either. Hey, listen, how cool would it have been from day one if she was eating Snicker bars and then she got the sponsorship? I'm not hating on her. I'm not hating on her, but it is it's low hanging fruit for just idiocy to point out just that people don't believe a fucking word these fucking people say when it comes to morals, beliefs, or values. It's just it's con artistry. Sorry, Tyler. Just in breaking news, Tyler Watkins has a huge penis. $2. See, look, I'll read anything for $2. I have, you know what my values and my morals are. I'll read anything for $2.
Yeah, you hear that, Mars? Anything.
Right, but you're not putting my penis in other people's mouth.
Correct.
Well, for the right price, I will.
Yeah, correct.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
The
irony is Tyler's putting your penis in someone's mouth is healthier than what she's selling.
This is true. No sugar.
That's fact.
Sugar.
That's gospel.
FDA approved. The fear I hear, or what I hear in your argument, the thing that I hear is like, okay, we're going to do the food pyramid so we can teach people what is smart. To where you're taking the candy bar out of people's mouth, right? But someone like Matt might need the candy bar. I'm not saying he needs the candy bar. Right, but what I'm saying is, I don't want you going the other direction. He's earned to do
whatever he wants, and so has she. And that's the reason why I'm happy for them. She's earned that right. You know, and Snickers is validating it by paying her money. I'm assuming they're paying her money. I don't even know that for a fact. But they've earned that right to say those things.
Right.
We just live in a world where there's YouTube and old Instagram posts, and we can also like contextualize it for the listeners, and we've earned that right with our 65 listeners.
Well, how do you feel about the menthol cigarettes? Because like they banned just menthol cigarettes, right?
Oh, stupid.
And I never understood that. Also, because I don't know.
Oh, look, you're competing with John Young. You're eating while on the air too.
I think
your accent goes perfect with a fork scratching on a plate. I imagine you sitting over the kitchen sink with the pan and just scraping just the eggs that didn't quite come off with the first serving and eating them before you ask your wife to wash the pan. Maybe you don't even wash the pan.
It's just the same way every morning.
You just put it on the stove, scrape off the burnt eggs, eat them, and throw it back on the stove.
Paper towel it off.
It's paper. We can't afford real plates. We just use paper, you
know. Just in for $1.99. My name is Sevan Matosian, and when I'm not licking your wife's twat, I'm eating Snickers.
I was gonna say you should have made him pay the full $2. That's $1.99. He's 1 cent short.
If you pay me $2, I'll read that shit verbatim. $1.99, I get to add my own shit.
Anyway, that was it. I like pushing back on you.
Hey, I wonder if Brooke Wells would get in trouble if we painted her with a Snicker bar for being in blackface. I wonder if that would get weird for her.
It's different. It's chocolate. It's not paint. It's chocolate.
All right, fine. Because I don't want to get her in any trouble. Because I know she's of high values, morals, and whatever the fuck else she has. I don't want because it makes so much sense that if you dressed up as Kanye for Halloween and painted yourself in black, that you deserve to be canceled. Well, you don't understand the history, someone. Back in the day, there was white people who dressed up as black people and painted, and it was very derogatory towards them. So now for the next 3,000 years, you cannot paint white people black in order to shut the fuck up. I hope in your next life you're a fucking toucan. All of you people who think like that. You're stuck on a fucking branch somewhere in the middle of fucking South America with a fucking beak that's so big that it ruins your life. But you'll be pretty. You'll be attractive. All right, Tyler, thank you for calling. Love you. Bye.
Thanks, Tyler.
Caller, hi.
How we doing, boys? It's Plumber.
Hey,
up,
Plumber. Plumber, I only have 4 minutes left, and usually your calls are pretty rated G, and I want to leave the show with a bang.
Okay.
So you got 1 minute.
All right. Well,
I'm about to fuck you up. I'm about to hang up on your ass. Go ahead.
Does Brooke getting the Snickers sponsorship legitimize CrossFit as the sport to be professional?
Yeah, to most people it does. Well said. Yes. To most of the
Big Sugar,
yes.
If Big Sugar gets their paws into it, that means that they see CrossFit as eyes.
Oh, you're good, Plumber. Yes, it's real. All we need now is yes, we have moms.
That's
the more
point.
garbage
like
that sponsors CrossFit, the more legit it is. Word.
Right? Like
yes.
As sad as that is, like that's what it is.
Well said, Mr. Plumber.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Appreciate it.
Good
job.
point.
I didn't have to hang up on you. Love you.
Good
Bye.
point.
See you, boys.
Later, dude.
Damn, he showed me up. Every time I talk shit to someone, they show me up. I hate this.
You're forcing them to elevate. It's good.
Okay.
It's not like they're showing you up. They're rising to the occasion.
I was 0 for 3 in making fun of women for their math skills. I just keep getting tossed up. I thought I found something where a chick was fucking up math.
So I'm going to
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so I'm going to this Northern California affiliate gathering.
Oh, today.
It's today. It's in like 7 now, so it starts in an hour and a half.
So CrossFit affiliates from all over Northern California will be there.
Apparently, it's pretty big. But there's like 100+ people that are going.
What are those like? Or is it like just like a networking thing? You see all the other owners?
Well, outside of the
does everyone wear shirts that are way too small and show off their muscles?
I usually get in there and I warm up with a handstand walk and bar muscle up couplet just to assert my dominance into the fucking room. It's a training day for me, guys. Coach said I had to get my skills in.
I'm assuming Don will be there and Dave will be there, or just like the Northern California.
I hope Dave's there. I don't know. I don't have any confirmation on Dave being there, but I do. I was gonna actually ask you if you knew his geographic location, but Don will be there, and it starts off. So they gave us a schedule. The first one's about like a sales pipeline, like understanding, I think like a system or a back end for sales, like how you get your future members from the internet into your door to being members. And then there's a state of CrossFit talk with Don. So they're going to talk about the state of CrossFit, and they're going to open up a Q&A. In which case we will be there live for the Q&A.
Just start streaming it from your phone. Hey, listen, have a comb in your back pocket. Your hair is perfect for it right now. And when you walk in, have your hot wife on your arm, and have her be chewing gum and smacking it, and walk in and stand there and have her in a really short, like pink dress from the 50s, like with polka dots on it. And just be she's chewing gum and you're combing your hair back slick. Hey, Donnie, good to see you. And just start calling Don Donnie. Good to see you, Donnie. And if Dave's there, call him David. David, Donnie, what's up? Rev your car like 20 times before you turn it off after you park it.
My Civic, roll up and rev this.
Hey, your Civics is a disgrace to Civics everywhere. It is such a cool car.
I call it the work truck. That's what
it is. Your Civic is the work truck. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I want to finish with 366. This is a short clip of a chiropractor. I I saw this and.
Oh, is this one of those weird also TikTok?
Yeah, maybe it is a TikToker.
TikTok.
David and Donald, what's up? Okay, here we go.
David, Donald,
you may have to let this play like 2 or 3 times for this one to sink in. Okay. This guy's a chiropractor. Okay, here we go.
Chiropractic textbook. This is an adjustment where you stick your finger in the patient's butt. The idea is to adjust the coccyx bone right here. Nah, I've never done it. You will not believe what I just found in my chiropractic textbook. This is an adjustment where you stick your finger in the patient's butt. The idea is to adjust the coccyx bone right here.
Hey, how is that guy? How so, Susan? That guy's wearing pants in that photo, shorts. So when he, hey, I totally look at Barry McCockner. Feels amazing. All right, fine. I'm open. I've had dude stick his finger in my butt twice.
Oh.
And I didn't enjoy it either time. I've told this story before, but dude stuck his finger in my butt to tell me that my prostate wasn't perfectly round and that he needed a second opinion from a fucking prostate expert. And I'm like, listen, fuck nut.
That's illegal in my state.
If you have the first dude who sticks his finger in my ass be the expert. like I don't know.
I'm gonna call 2 of my buddies in here to check this out.
I hated it. I wanted to enjoy it, but the second he put his finger in my butt, it felt like I had to take a painful shit. There was nothing. I don't know how anyone enjoys that. Okay.
The first guy or second guy was
both of them. I didn't enjoy either of them. The second guy whispered into my ear. Okay. They're milking the prostate.
Just relax.
Anyway, my prostate was fine.
Get that in there.
Okay. Yeah, pressure. Just felt like crazy pressure. Yeah. One tiny little finger. Okay. I love you guys. I have 28 minutes to pack before I get in the car and start driving back to the Three Playing Brothers Empire. I have to pack. I'd like to stay on with you all day. Sousa had to get up crazy early this morning to do this. I appreciate everyone. Love you guys. And tomorrow morning we have Sarah Sigmund's daughter on. It's going to be so much fun. She's great. We'll ask her what morals or values she had to compromise to get sponsored by Volkswagen. I used to drive. I had a couple Volkswagen. And in all honesty, you have to know that I am happy for Brooke. I hope she makes a shit ton of money. I hope she invests it wisely. I hope she lives a happy life. But just be careful of the dumb shit that you say on the fucking internet. Because or at least be able to lean into it. Don't accept money from people that make it so that they own your mouth, because then we just come back and we have to show just the dumb shit that you said in the past. She can still call Greg and apologize anytime she wants.
That would be awesome.
She can make a post, an open apology on her Instagram. Hey, I want to say this. You know, when I got mad at Greg 2 years ago, what I meant to say is I love him and thank you for letting me sell Snicker bars with the most incredible platform that's helped more people ever. And I actually don't give a shit about marginalized people. I only care about selling Snicker bars. I love you, Brooke Wells. And yeah, I sincerely apologize, Greg Glassman, for being a dumbass. Peace and love. And you can buy now my calendar with nude photos of me for $13.99.